Or fuck it, I'm gonna just record like this. I'm gonna hold the camera. I wish y'all could see the background, but my camera setup is not on stable ground, so I'm just gonna finesse it and do what I can do. Yes. Oh, I'm a little sick. But I wanted to make this video. This is my comeback video. I haven't made a video in about a week because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I've been going through it a little bit. I'm gonna talk about it in this video a little bit, but I've been going through a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of different things. But I'm back out here in nature. I'm back grounded again, and I took a little walk. That's why you see I'm sweating and I got that nice little nature float in my face. That's because I was out here walking, drinking my water. I wish can y'all see my water? Y'all can't see my water, but it is what it is. But what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trevi Trev, and I'm back with another video. I'm out here in nature. I took a little hiatus because I wasn't feeling very creative. I was sick. I'm still a little sick, but now I'm back to making videos. And in this video, it's not really going to be like a current event video. It's going to be like a kind of get back on your grind kind of video. It's going to be a kind of motivational video because during my little break or whatever, I thought about my journey as a man and how I've grown over the past couple years and how I've got my spark back in a sense because, bro, I thought about things. I self-reflected because I was sick and a couple things didn't go my way. And, that happens in life. You have ups and downs. You have this and that. But, it's always important that you bounce back. But during that time, I thought about my journey. I thought about how a couple of years ago when I was living in Florida, being depressed and I had no spark, I had my life basically uprooted by my family who I thought was like down for me. They kind of just waited until my grandmother passed away. They took the house and they did me dirty, left me and my brother to die basically. And I thought about that because, I was going through some down parts of my life. I was thinking about how I don't want to be at TSA and how things are going on and things are depressing in the world. And I kind of got in my feelings a little bit, but, I thought about my journey as a whole and how recently, I've been doing really well. And I remember the down times and the good times because they ultimately shaped you into who you are. And I thought about how I'm grateful for all of those times and how, in a sense, I've gotten my spark back, bro. I've gotten my spark back because the fact that I was able to feel those emotions and feelings more so than I did a couple years ago when I was depressed, it just shows how far I've come because, I used to not care. I used to be indifferent. I used to not really think about things before I did things. And I used to not really feel things the way I do now because now I'm more empathetic. And after going through years of struggling, years of different things, I understand the grand purpose of things. I understand that things are not easy. Things are not always given. And you have to go through those hard times before you ultimately reach your success because that played a big role in me getting my spark back, me doing things I'm passionate about, me being where I want to be. Because when I look at the journey from now to years and years ago, I think about, wow, man, I was down on myself. I was depressed and I did certain things to get my spark back. Like I took the little steps and, a lot of people, they'd crash out. They say, oh, woe is me. And they blame society. They blame their circumstance. But me, I'm glad I took the steps to basically grow and learn as an individual, go through those sad moments in private, watch the people that did me dirty have their little wins, and then ultimately watch it crumble while I rise up because I faced my issues and I didn't do anybody wrong. Like my life could end today and I'll have satisfaction knowing that I did the right things and nothing changed who I am. And that kind of helped me in getting my spark back because, all of it was a part of my journey. All of it was a part of my journey and I accepted it and faced it with confidence and I faced it like a fucking man. A lot of people, excuse my language, but a lot of people, they don't face things like men. They run away from their problems. They blame others. They do different things. But me, I faced it and I had to deal with the effects of not having my confidence, not having things that made me myself, being broke. I had to deal with things like that to ultimately appreciate them and become a better person. And, now that I'm succeeding or whatever, I appreciate it more and I want to help others who don't necessarily have it all together on their journey. And a lot of people have been noticing that. And I've had an internal spark within myself and it's made me reignite the fire and it's made me think of the journey and how I felt, how a lot of people feel and how I should help them get to where they want to get. But, that's plays a role. And in doing what you're passionate about, doing what you want to do, you know, facing those hard times and ultimately overcoming them, that gets you your spark back. Different things get you your spark back to the point where you'll be a flame. You'll be so on fire that other people will get warmed up by your touch, your energy, your glow. And things like that help you get your spark back after years of doubt and uncertainty and failure. And honestly, I can say I'm not a failure anymore. I'm about to reach where I want to be. You know, I got a little more to go, but, you know, ultimately, I'm proud of where I'm at, and I'm proud of what it took. And honestly, a lot of the things that I worried about in the past or in the present, they all cleared up because, you know, I was proven right, and I stood on my integrity, stood on my morals, and I basically got my spark back. And that's making me happy. That's making me smile. Like, even now I'm smiling. But, you know, if you're going through tough times in life, sorry, I'm sick. If you're going through tough times in life, know that it's going to end, and you're going to end up in a better place. You know, I sound like General Iroh. I sound like Uncle Iroh from Avatar, but it's true. It's facts, bro. It's facts. And once you face those things within yourself, you'll get that spark back. You'll feel like yourself again, and you'll just do things that you thought your previous self would have never possibly done. But, you know, I wanted to make this quick video because I'm out here in nature. I'm kind of rambling in a sense because I thought this video was going to be more structured. But, you know, I still wanted to get my thoughts off. You know, I had my day off, and I just wanted to make a video and kind of get back into the grind. But, you know, hopefully y'all having a blessed day. Can I talk? But hopefully you guys are having a blessed day, and y'all take care, all right? Y'all have a good one. You know, excuse my terrible, like, you know, I haven't recorded a video in a while. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't recorded a video in a while, so I can't even really get into my thing. But, you know, just like muscle memory, it'll always come back. But, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a great day.